Anne Frank was a Jewish teenage girl who lived during the Second World War because Jewish families were being persecuted. Persecuted means to treat somebody in a cruel and unfair way, especially because of race, religion, or political beliefs. Anne and her family were forced to live in hiding. From the diary of Anne Frank is an extract from a diary written during a historic event, the Second World War. This diary is not just a personal record. It also has historical significance because it shows what everyday life, fear, and hope felt like during that time. These thoughts were not written later. They were written as life was unfolding around her. At the beginning of her diary, Anne talks about the photograph shown in the book. She says that people often keep photographs to remember things, but she prefers writing. Writing feels more meaningful to her than photographs or pictures. Through writing, she can express her thoughts and feelings more clearly. Anne also tells us that she wishes to become a writer and possibly a journalist in the future. This tells us that writing is not casual for her, it is something she values deeply. Anne names her diary Kitty. She explains that although she has parents and friends, she does not feel she has one true friend she can talk to openly. So, she treats her diary like a friend. Writing to Kitty becomes a way of sharing thoughts she cannot say aloud. The diary gives her comfort and a sense of companionship. Anne then talks about herself as a student. She mentions her class and her teachers. At that time, students were waiting for the results of a teachers' meeting. In this meeting, teachers decided who would be promoted to the next class and who would be detained. Anne admits, honestly, that she is a little worried, not because of her studies, but because she talks a lot in class. Among all her teachers, one teacher is particularly strict, Mr. Keesing, who teaches her mathematics. Mr. Keesing believes Anne talks too much. To correct her behavior, he gives her written punishments. For the first punishment, Mr. Keesing asks Anne to write an essay titled A Chatterbox. Anne does not feel embarrassed. Instead, she writes confidently. She argues that talking is a natural habit, something she has inherited. Through this essay, Anne shows intelligence and clarity of thought. When Anne continues talking, Mr. Keesing gives her another punishment. This time, she has to write an incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means someone who cannot be corrected. Anne once again responds cleverly, proving that she can defend herself logically and confidently. For the third punishment, Anne is asked to write a poem titled Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. The poem is humorous and creative. It makes Mr. Keesing laugh. After this, he stops punishing Anne for talking. Writing instead of silencing her becomes her strength. This chapter is not about school rules. It is about self-expression, confidence, growing up, the need to be understood. Anne is not trying to be perfect. She is trying to be herself. Anne did not live to see her diary published. She died at the age of 15 during the war. After the war ended, her father, Otto Frank, survived. He found Anne's diary and recognized its importance. Otto Frank edited the diary and had it published fulfilling Anne's wish to become a writer. Anne Frank's diary is not a record of events, it is a record of thoughts. When we read this chapter, we are not just reading a diary. We are listening to a young mind trying to understand life, people, and herself during a time when nothing felt normal. That is why From the Diary of Anne Frank stays with us, not because of what happened, but because of how honestly it was felt. Read slowly, think deeply. This is Quiet Recall.